Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode with I Track. We're on that Sunday flow, and I want to give a big shout out to all the members, all the new subscribers, and everybody that's been tapping in. If this is your first time here, what we like to do is take a look at the most interesting and creepy TikToks and kind of evaluate for ourselves whether these are fact or fake. If you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Smash that subscribe button. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it.
It's a UFO over there. The Nellis Air Force Base is following it. It's right there. You see it? They following.
American in Italy, and I'm here to inform you about America's food and how they are making us sick and why Americans are fat and Europeans are slender. Why? Because while we think we might have the same food, we actually have different food. I'm going to give you a concrete example. This is Fanta. Fanta in Europe is made from sugar, carbonated water, and real orange. In the US, it's all fake, all artificial, all bad for your health. In Europe, this is basically watered down real orange juice with carbonated water.
I mean, she has a good point. All the food in America tastes delicious, but that's only because there's a lot more sugar and chemicals in it.
By the CIA.
Well, before we say Hollywood was created by the CIA, I guess I should clarify because, first off, you guys do know the Pentagon has a budget for film. Like there's a whole department in the Pentagon.
Know that.
That's a fact. There you go. That's all you need to know. There's an entire department in the Pentagon. They get involved with films, and they get involved with films for the purpose of propaganda. They always have.
Hit certain people, and this was before we called things promotion and marketing. You know what I mean? That's Hollywood is not really there to entertain you. Like, that's great that happens, but propaganda is something that is important to all civilizations.
What movies have
I
they
should have
produced?
said Pentagon instead of CIA. Tons of them. I should show you the list. You should pull it up. It's
Google it right
wild.
now.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
Pentagon
please.
Department for Hollywood. Tons of them.
I have to
Even
report this.
Transformers. Even Transformers, because they're concerned about certain narratives. They get involved with World War films, how are we telling a story about history? Usually it's because we're lying about what we did or trying not to make Americans aware of the crimes against humanity that we commit overseas,
Yeah, the Pentagon just funded some films. Black Hawk Down, Red Dawn, GoldenEye.
The more you know. So now you understand your experience in theaters is what your government wants you to think. They want you to think that this is how things happen, and it's usually not at all how things have actually happened.
6 of the best movies made with help from the Department of Defense. This is military.
Yeah.
While Candace was a little bit more blunt, Kat was a little bit more cryptic, but they were saying the same thing. That's absolutely the truth, and you can go verify it yourself. So everything that you're watching, they want you to see it for a specific reason. And now that you know, hey, do your homework.
Ever heard that theory how the reason you never see your neighbors bring in groceries? You ever heard that theory? No, deadass, I'm serious. Have you ever seen your neighbors bring in groceries?
I never see my neighbors bringing groceries, bro.
So take this in. So there's a theory that the reason you never see your neighbors bringing groceries is because it is a simulation, and that's not something that appeals to you that you want to see. You know what I mean? It's not something that you're looking forward to seeing. You know what I mean? But everything else is. So there's a theory: the people that do see their neighbors bringing groceries is that they've interacted with the quote unquote the bots.
Oh.
So let's say you're playing a game.
Yeah.
And then you interact with a character. Once you interact with that character, they become part of your story.
Yeah. Like they start talking and all that.
Yeah, they become part of your game, your quote unquote your life, right?
Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't think I've ever seen my neighbors bring groceries from the grocery store. I don't think I've ever seen that. If you've seen it, let me know. Let's actually put this myth to rest.
internet is going crazy over a Zoom cashier in this New York City restaurant. A new restaurant chain with several locations across the city is deploying hostesses from the Philippines on Zoom to help with checkout. Zoom cashiers working abroad are way cheaper than workers in New York City. The minimum wage in New York is $16 per hour compared to the $3.75 average pay in the Philippines. Not to mention, these virtual employees can work at multiple locations at once.
Something's definitely going on with the Powerball, and now I have proof. Yesterday, I made a video questioning the irregularities of the recent Powerball drawing, how it got delayed for 3 hours before one person won it. Well, it's getting even more ridiculously odd now. New information sent via a follower. 11 p.m. Powerball drawing is scheduled as normal, but it was delayed 3 hours due to a 2-tiered verification process error in Minnesota. 3 hours. 4:59 a.m. Idaho time. A store clerk that sells lotto tickets checks the numbers in their lottery system. See here. Clearly states jackpot won in 7 states. 7:25, she checks again. Now it says jackpot won in 4 states: Arizona, Delaware, Florida, and Iowa. Fast forward to the morning news. All of a sudden, one winner is announced in Oregon. How is this possible? Go from 7 winners to 4 to 1. They even originally had the winning states. But all of a sudden, some random person in Oregon wins? Coincidental mistakes in reporting on the same drawing that there is an unexpected delay. Why doesn't the mainstream media cover this?
To me, that's just another sign of people waking up. And now people are starting to follow that paper trail, and we're starting to see there's a lot of shady stuff going on behind the scenes.
How much of the U.S. is owned by China? So China owns approximately 384,000 acres of farmland in the U.S. By the way, it's a lot more than what Bill Gates owns. They produce about 97% of our antibiotics and 80% of pharmaceutical ingredients used in our drugs. It gives them total control of our medicine. They own $860 billion in U.S. treasuries, which is money that we owe them. They have an ownership stake that's controlling or majority in 2,400 U.S. companies like AMC, GE, the Chicago Stock Exchange, the Waldorf Astoria, the list goes on. And they control the majority of rare earth minerals that are required to manufacture technology items. Phones, computers, chips. Just to summarize, they own the land that we grow our food on. They control our medicine. We owe them money. They own our companies, and they control the production of technology. Does that sound like someone you want to pick a fight with? Let me know.
I think Kanye was one of the first celebrities to make that loud and clear that America's for sale. So if you have the cash, you'd be smart to make a play.
If you ever pass out, the NFL buy your brain. They tell nobody. They buy your brain.
Really?
Of course, they got
the NFL buys your brain after
yes,
you die.
but
I had no idea.
Exactly, and no one have no idea.
Yo,
because then they do a study. It's like, yo,
and they keep that private.
Of course, they keep that.
All right, I see the hustle.
Yeah, so
people are dying over these fast food places. According to this ER surgeon, she saw 106 girls pass away because of fast food. And here's the list of them. Chipotle? I know you didn't hear any news in February about their E. coli breakout. They covered it up to make sure their stock didn't get hurt. I eat Chipotle every single day and have never got E. coli. ChickfilA, the family that owns the place, used a loophole to sneak trans fat into your nuggies because they now need a way to get people to show up to the 674 hospitals they also own. McDonald's, they won't get in trouble this because of their connections to the FDA, but their meat is each burger made out of 40 different POW parts. Wingstop, they spent $125 million on partnerships with Rick Ross and LeBron James because there's big money into being made and tricking people that look like them into eating their wings. Wait, what? That's kind of... Cane's, the French government banned them from serving food at the Olympics this year. Shake Shack, because the cheese is polyester. Subway, over 1,000 customers reported inedible meat. Taco Bell, is this real? But this was the last slide of her thing. What?
The craziest part about all of that is you could read it, you could watch it, you could write it down and do an essay about it. But I guarantee you're going to show up to that Chick-fil-A or to your favorite fast food restaurant when that urge hits. That whole Justin and Jaden thing, A little odd. That might be just something that they do, but odd nonetheless. And that looked like an actual alien peeking in through that door, but nowadays with that CGI, I can't be so sure.
I'm watching this dude through the mirror, right? And his face is moving, but look at that, his face just moved, but the guy in the mirror is seeing the same. Yo! The Matrix is broken.
I got a death grip on the fucking door. Holy shit. Oh.
Now the Holy Spirit must have got in this motherfucker. Face it upwards. See all this shit? Turn it on, see? Open that bitch. Nope. I'm out of here.
Okay, I'm driving home. I just pulled over. This is west. This is Portage la Prairie. This is east. It's Winnipeg. This is the highway. That is the moon. In the east sky. That makes no sense. The sun sets in the west. Sorry, that's in the west sky. That is the moon in the west sky. The moon in the west sky. And it's like 9 o'clock p.m. It's supposed to be over here, and there's nothing in the east. There's no moon. Nothing. Like, what the hell?
I mean, she probably should have did like a time lapse of the sun going down and the moon coming up to help her story, because I'm not exactly sure, she was all the way on point with her directions on that one. But if you know something I don't know, let me know.
Are you upset that the killer of Ron and Nicole was never found?
Right now, I'm not going to discuss any of that. All right? Yeah, I think that's a pretty obvious question.
11 years after a jury found him not guilty of the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman, O.J. Simpson wrote a book, and he called it I Did It. Here's the story behind this book. Although acquitted on criminal charges, O.J. was later found financially liable, so he has always owed money to the families of the victims. In 2006, to make some money, he decided to write If I Did It. The premise of the book was literally O.J. saying, I didn't do it. But if I did, here's how and why I would have. As you can imagine, the public was revolted by that idea, and all 400,000 copies of the book that had been made were destroyed. But a year later, a bankruptcy court said, hey, look, O.J. still owes these families money. Let's give them this asset. And so the Goldman family took the book and published it. Now, they have always believed in O.J.'s guilt, and so they made the cover look like this. I did it. But they're not libeling him. The title is still technically If I Did It.
Now, OJ goes on to these podcasts and all these interviews, and he knows all they want to talk about is that specific subject. So it baffles me why he continues to do it. But I heard he just passed, so we'll move on. Take.
So here's my sink. It is a touch sensor thing. And here's some strawberries.
Nothing happens when I touch the box, but when I touch a strawberry, just the strawberries.
Bro, what in the fuck? A glitch in the Matrix? The motherfucker is just floating there. Dead. There's nothing around it.
What in the trickery tarnation was all of that?
Okay, so look, listen to me. I'm sitting in my house, right? You see me make a video of somebody or something in the sun. It's a clear day. It's after April the 8th, after the eclipse. So I'm coming out here to film this one more again. There he is. It's a man or something walking in the midst of the sun. You see this? He's right there on top. Not moving this camera. He's right there on the top. Hold up. Let me come down and make sure I get this as best I can. This is third time. And as you can see, he's right there on the top, walking in the midst of the sun. This is my third time catching it. It is
I'm not sure what you would call that. It didn't look like it was full of love or peace or any of that. You know, it looked kind of actually pretty scary. But if you got the explanation to that, let me know.
Everything not going very not nice in Cape Town. The wind too very too strong. The ocean wind is taking water very far away. Not knowing what's going on in Cape Town.
There's actually a creepy explanation to this at the end of the video, and it's a bit longer, so I put it at the end.
Alright, y'all ready? Check us out. This is with the Ray-Ban smart glasses. Nikon P1000. Pretty cloudy out here. Let's see what we can get. Yep.
Home alone. I'm hearing my own voice upstairs. The door won't stop knocking, and there's nobody there. This door keeps banging. I thought I was hearing my voice. Nobody's there. Go away! Open the door. Ooh, that was right over my shoulder. Who's I'm giving you one chance to leave. I know what you're doing. It's not scaring me. It's not scaring anybody else. You need to leave now. Yeah, I got a feeling you're in this room, aren't you? Are you in here? This again. Okay. Come here. All right. If you're gonna play these games all night, I'm not gonna play. I'm not doing this. And now, I hear the bathroom water on. Good grief. Get out.
I mean, it appeared like he might have needed some holy water, a Bible, a priest, something of that nature, because him just saying get out isn't going to do the job for that situation right there.
Affects your consciousness. The food they serve, the colors that they use, the materials of the floor. So for example, they do their best to avoid 90-degree angles. The reason is when you have to make a sharp right turn in the hallway, you now have to make a conscious decision to turn all the way right. Where if something is curved, you make no conscious decision, you walk with the curve. So when there's a sharp right angle, you now have to consciously say, I am fully turning right and walking away, which then leads your conscious mind, your subconscious into your conscious to make that decision. And then you can also make the decision to keep walking and leave the building.
That makes so much sense.
They pump stuff in the air, the extra oxygen, they keep it a certain temperature, keeps you awake, keeps you alert, keeps you fueled. All, bro, it's endless. I was a guy, when I was in business, I thought about those things, which is what helped me. When I got into the casino thing, I was aware of those things right away. I go, I know that trick. I've seen that move before. Another thing is the Las Vegas Strip was designed so you can walk from one end to the other without ever having to go outside.
Well, that is crazy. Well, I thought it was just because it was dope. You can just slide through all the stores and get the food.
No, they're trying to keep your consciousness. They're trying to keep your vibe controlled.
Dude, what a crazy thing.
Now, I know you didn't expect Vegas to play fair, did you?
This is why I never eat at ChickfilA. I ordered a spicy chicken deluxe and a small mac and cheese. There's really not much to this. Combined with both of these food items, they contain over 265 ingredients. No two foods should contain that many ingredients. What are the ingredients in here? I've never even heard of. It's called dimethylpolysiloxane. This is a food additive that is used as an anti-foaming agent from silicone. It's also found in industrial lubrication and cosmetics. There's also dough conditioners here, obviously in the bun, like datum and monodiglycerides, which come through oil processing using soy oil, hydrogenated oil, which are trans fats. These, of course, are all pro-inflammatory agents. This is not going to sit well on your digestive system.
You might confuse that chicken sandwich with some kind of narcotic.
Bro, look at these clouds.
A group of fishermen have experienced a bizarre sight from a boat in the Gulf of Mexico. This flying saucer-like cloud formation forming in the sky off the Florida Keys, looking like something out of a sci-fi movie. Fear not, though, the formation known as cavum or punch-hole clouds are caused by planes.
If I were to choose to live my life over again, I wouldn't live it in this way. Do you know Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not personally.
No. The book. The end of that book would bring tears to my eyes for years. Christopher Robin has to go to school, and he's telling his friends, the toy animals, that he won't be able to play with them so much anymore. And what I wasn't aware of when I went to medical school and when I was a physician is how driven I was to justify my existence in the world. I wish I hadn't worked so hard. When you're driven to work too hard, you actually ignore what matters. And what matters is what you were telling me last night about how every summer you take a bunch of weeks away from your podcast and you just spend time enjoying your kids and your wife and your family. I didn't do that. I always felt I had to keep working. And the book ends with the statement, And whatever they do or wherever they go in the enchanted forest, the little boy and his bear will always be playing together. And that phrase would bring tears to my eyes for years. People sacrifice their playfulness, their joyfulness, being driven by unconscious needs to validate your existence. And where does that come from? Again, that comes from childhood trauma. Play is so important, and joy is so important. In that sense, we can always keep playing in the enchanted forest, and that's just
message. He dropped the gym, and you definitely don't want to sleep on that.
All right, so this is really, really crazy. Look at this. Oh, first, this is a really cool website called Sky. You can see the temperature, clouds, wind speeds. We're gonna look at waves. All right, now and you can look at it like historically. So this is the day after the solar eclipse that we had here. All right, and you can see the waves. If you just run your mouse over the different areas, you can see the different colors indicating the different wave sizes. So, 9 foot here, 5 foot here. What's bananas, okay, we go over here. Let's get right kind of where Antarctica is and to where Africa is, okay? And we're just gonna be moseying along through here. And right around 7 o'clock, I want you to look what happens here. All right, these are some pretty big waves too, like 28 feet. That's huge, all right? 13, 28. What pops up there? All right, back up. We're gonna start again. 83 foot waves. 83 foot waves. 4 o'clock, nothing. 2 hours later, Kraken is here. Godzilla has woken up. 83 foot wave. And it grows. And grows. Because I thought maybe it was just a glitch you could hit at first. No. Not only is it growing, you're seeing a system here that's moving, swelling, and it goes all the way until it hits South Africa over here, which you can see, city of Cape Town yet to quantify damage caused by devastating storm. Viral video of ocean in Cape Town amid bad weather has citizens fearing tsunami. And it was killing people apparently. The wind is so strong in Cape Town, it has reversed the tide, no waves. One's coming, that's for sure. Wow. That is bananas. It was like snapping trees down apparently. Yeah, so what is that? What is that? Why did that? What could have? Okay, I want you to think about this. This is Texas. This is Texas. What is Texas sized that could have possibly not been there at 4 o'clock and then was there 2 hours later, the size of Texas with 83 foot tall waves, which is like, I mean, compare that to anywhere else. It's twice the size of what this chart is over here. It's twice this. Twice, it couldn't go darker. It had no more darkness to go for that. It's like 48 and above is death or something. And it's like right there. Texas size. And we're talking, all right, 40 feet, 80. So It's like 11. Look at that. The size of that. Bananas. Super crazy. Maybe we should look at this. It's going away. Look at that. It's sucking. The water is running away. Look at that. What? It's running towards that thing, whatever it was. That is absolutely bananas. Look at that. That is wild.
I mean, he left the website right there, Vent to Sky. That is a creepy situation. I went and looked it up myself. And if it continues that way, it looks like America and anything in its path might be in for some kind of destruction in a real way. So keep your neck on the swivel and your eyes peeled for that situation. Well, you guys, hey, that's another one in the books. I appreciate you guys for stopping by yet again and watching another one with me. If you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Smash that subscribe button, and I will definitely catch you on the next one.